Ever wondered why mom and dad often say, money doesn't grow on trees? Well, there's a whole world of mystery surrounding money, and today we're going to dive right into it. Imagine being a squirrel, happily collecting acorns in the park. Suddenly, you stumble upon a shiny coin. You tilt your head curiously, wondering, why do humans value this shiny thing more than a stash of delicious nuts? You see, unlike squirrels, we humans rely on something called money to get the things we need and want. But what is this money? Why can't we just exchange things like in the old days? Or why can't we just collect nuts like squirrels do? These are some pretty nutty questions, right? But don't worry, we're here to crack the shell of this money mystery together. So let's follow our curious squirrel on a journey to understand the value of money. Did you know there was a time when money didn't exist? It might seem hard to believe, but there was indeed a time when people didn't use coins, notes, or digital wallets. Instead, they used a system called bartering. Imagine you're in a playground with your favorite toy car. But then, you see your friend with a super cool toy spaceship. You both want to play with each other's toys, so you decide to swap for a while. This, my friends, is bartering, trading one thing for another. Now, let's take a trip back in time, to a world where everyone used bartering. Our friend, the squirrel, meets an old wise owl who tells him all about it. In the old days, the owl begins, people used to trade goods directly. If someone had a bag of apples, they could trade it for a loaf of bread, or perhaps for a pair of shoes. But the barter system had its challenges. What if someone didn't want what you had to offer? Or what if what you wanted was worth more than what you had? It was also tough to divide certain goods. How would you divide a cow if you only needed a little milk? And so, as people began to notice these problems, they started looking for solutions. They needed something that everyone would accept, something that could be easily divided, and something that would last over time. This is when the concept of money was born. People started using things like shells, beads, and even metal coins as a form of currency. Everyone agreed to give these items a certain value, and they could be traded for goods and services. The squirrel looked at the shiny coin the owl held out. It was hard to believe that something so small could solve such a big problem. And that's how money came into being. But how does money get its value? The squirrel looked up at the wise old owl, eager to learn more. But that, dear friends, is a tale for another time. Ever wondered why a tiny coin can buy you a whole candy? It's not because the coin is made of something special. It's because we, as a society, have all agreed that this tiny coin has a certain value. Now, isn't that fascinating? Imagine playing a game of pretend with your friends. In this game, let's say, everyone decides that a simple leaf is the most valuable thing. It's just a leaf, but because everyone in the game agrees it's valuable, suddenly that leaf can be traded for other things like action figures or storybooks. That leaf, in the context of your game, has become like money. Similarly, in the real world, money is valuable because we all agree it is. We trust that we can exchange money for goods and services. If I give you $1, you trust that you can use that dollar to buy something else. That trust is what gives money its value. But who ensures that this trust is maintained? That's where governments come in. They regulate money, ensuring that it maintains its value. They do this through central banks, which control the amount of money in circulation. Too much money, and each individual dollar becomes less valuable, which is called inflation. Too little money, and each dollar becomes more valuable, leading to deflation. It's a delicate balancing act that keeps our economy running smoothly. And it's not just coins and paper money that have value. These days, we also have digital money, like the money in your parents' bank account, or even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. These forms of money are valuable for the same reason, because we trust that they can be exchanged for goods and services. So, money, whether it's a coin, a note, or a number on a computer screen, is valuable because we trust in its value. It's a system of trust that has been built over thousands of years, and it's what allows our modern society to function. Now that we know what money is and where it gets its value from, how do we use it wisely? Imagine if you could buy all the toys you wanted. Wouldn't that be fun? Picture yourself a squirrel, scampering around a lush green forest. You find so many tasty acorns you can't possibly eat them all right away. So what do? You save them, right? You stash them away in a safe place, saving them for a time when acorns might not be as plentiful. This idea is exactly what we call saving in the world of money. Just like you, the squirrel, save acorns for the winter, we save money for times when we might need it the most. Maybe for a new bike, a trip to the amusement park, or even for unexpected situations, like when your beloved teddy bear needs a repair. Saving money allows us to be prepared for the future and gives us a sense of security. But let's not forget about spending. Just like you eat some of the acorns you find, we also spend some of the money we have. However, spending money isn't as simple as just buying whatever we want, whenever we want. It's important to make wise spending decisions. Think about it. If you eat all your acorns the day you find them, you won't have any left for later. Similarly, if we spend all our money as soon as we get it, we won't have any for later. That's why it's important to think carefully before we spend our money. Maybe we could buy that shiny new toy now, but wouldn't it be better to save a bit more and get that super awesome limited edition toy we've been dreaming about? Making smart decisions about spending is just as important as saving. Remember, it's all about balance. We need to save for the future, but also spend wisely to enjoy the present. Remember, every coin saved is a coin earned, but can we grow our money? What if I told you your money could have babies? Surprising, isn't it? But in the world of finance, this is absolutely true. You see, there's a wise old owl who knows a thing or two about making money grow. The owl doesn't bury her money in the ground like a squirrel hiding nuts for winter. No, she does something far more clever. She invests her money just like planting a seed. Now, you might be wondering, how can money be like a seed? Well, let's think about what happens when you plant a seed in the ground. First, you dig a little hole, place the seed in, cover it with soil, and give it some water. Then, you wait. It might seem like nothing is happening for a while, but under the soil, the seed is starting to sprout. It takes time, but eventually a little green shoot pops up. Over time, with plenty of sunshine and more water, that tiny shoot grows into a tall, strong tree. This is very similar to how investing works. You start with a little bit of money, your seed. This money is then put to work, like planting it in the ground. Over time, your money starts to grow, just like the seed turning into a tree. This growth might be slow at first, but with patience and care, your small investment can turn into a big return. The owl knows that the key to growing her money is patience and wise choices. She doesn't expect her money tree to grow overnight. Instead, she waits, trusts the process, and watches her investment grow over time. This is the secret to growing your money. It's not about getting rich quick, it's about making smart decisions, being patient, and letting your money work for you. When you invest wisely, your money can indeed have babies, growing into a big, strong money tree. And that, dear friends, is the magic of growing your money. What a journey it has been, right? We've delved into the fascinating world of money, starting from its birth. We discovered that money wasn't always the coins and notes we know today, but a system born out of necessity for trade. We then explored the true value of money. It's not just about buying toys or sweets, but it's a tool that can help us achieve our dreams, whether that's going to the moon or building a robot. We discussed the importance of saving and spending wisely. Remember the piggy bank? It's not just a cute container, but a symbol of financial discipline. And the shopping spree? It was a lesson on the power of informed choices. And finally, we touched on growing your money. We learned about investment and how it's like planting a seed and watching it grow into a fruitful tree. Remember, understanding money is the first step to making smart decisions. So, keep asking, keep learning, and keep growing your money.